Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We respectfully acknowledge the City of Corner Brook as the ancestral homeland of different populations of Indigenous people. We also acknowledge with respect the rich histories and cultures of the Beothuk, Mi'kmaq, Innu, and Inuit of the islands of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Thank you very much. Before we begin, once again, we're struck with tragedy in our area. I'd like to pass on our best to our neighbors in Lark Harbor. This tragedy is also hitting close to home here to our city family as well. And so I won't say more, but again, our thoughts go out to everyone involved. Oof, very rough situation. So with that, would someone like to approve the agenda, please? Or move the agenda. Moved. Thank you. Seconder?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Counter-minded? Carried. As well, before we go further, Councillor Griffin asked me to pass on his regrets. He couldn't make it this evening. We have some minutes from April 2nd. Would someone like to move the approval of the minutes, please?
So moved?
Thank you. Seconder?
Secondly.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Counter-minded? Carried. Any business arising from the minutes? Yes, Deputy Mayor.
24-0441, accessible taxi services. Just
Yep.
wonder if we could get an update, like, do we have enough drivers? Do we have enough people to pick up our clients that need taxi services? Or how is it going, or has it started?
Mr. Flynn, any information?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we have notified the taxi companies and both taxi companies that we have in the city here that this program has been initiated. So I actually don't have a report as status as of yet, but I expect to see something very shortly on this. So.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Anything else there? Okay, we have some proclamations to mention. We declared April Parkinson's Awareness Month. Over 1,500 families in Newfoundland and Labrador live with Parkinson's disease, a neurodegenerative disease that causes tremors, slowness, stiffness, impaired balance, rigidity of muscles, and trouble speaking and swallowing. As well, April 7th was declared Green Shirt Day, and Green Shirt Day was created to honor and remember and recognize all the victims and families of the fatal Humboldt Broncos bus crash, and to continue Logan Boulet's legacy by inspiring Canadians to register as organ donors. As well, we have coming up Municipal Awareness Day. And so we have, well, it's actually Municipal Awareness Week now, and that will be the week of May 6th to the 10th. And our staff are, I guess, coming up with some activities to engage the public in what we do here at City Hall. A poster contest has been conducted, so we have some posters. The winner will receive a $100 Visa gift card, and we'll use the poster to promote the event. So we've got a bunch of posters going through now, some really good artwork done by some of our students in the city. As well, we have a Mayor of the Day essay contest, where we ask grade 6 students to write a one-page essay on what they would do if they were mayor. And so again, we'll have the winner invited to City Hall, and we'll have our 6 runners-up as councillors that will participate in a mock council meeting on May the 6th at 6 p.m. before our regular meeting. Great opportunity to engage some young people. It's been a while since we've done that. I think it was back in 2018 or 19, before COVID. So it's always a good fun with the kids, so that'll be fun. Municipal Awareness Day itself will happen at the Civic Center Studio on May 8th. So we'll have representation from municipal enforcement, development planning, tourism, water treatment, recreation, PSAP, water and wastewater, public services, sustainability, and the fire department. They'll be on site to showcase what the department is responsible for. This event will include an outdoor barbecue, displays, indoor information booths, a fun zone in the gym. There'll be a barbecue and opportunity to win some prizes. So May 8th, come on up. There'll be more information. Of course, a beautiful poster from our poster winner promoting this event. And we're also asking, I guess, if schools are participating in the May 8th event, they've been invited to, they can register by April 12th. Well, it's a bit, goes a bit past. So they have registered, we have a number of students coming, so we'll see them there. So, yeah, there are 161 students registered to attend. So, yeah, so look forward to seeing you all there. That'll be a fun event, and it's good to let our residents know what we do down here. Okay, so this is a committee of the whole meeting, so we have a number of reports from our departments. Deputy Mayor Chason, we're going to ask you to read our water and wastewater summary, if you would, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Water wastewater work summary from February the 20th, 2024 to April the 11th. And water wastewater complaints had a total of 87, with the most complaints or requests were for water shut off and on at 22. And the other one was, the runner-up to that was water leaks with 19. Water wastewater media releases, we had 26. Water wastewater recovery works, we had $23,985.60. Water wastewater repairs, we had 14. The highest number was in curb stop repairs. And we had additional maintenance and repairs completed to two sanitary system lift stations. That was on Brook Street and Old City Hall. We had the upcoming maintenance is going to be the leak detection and curling area in Upper Town site, and curb stop and water main repairs through the city, so they'll be working on that. Water treatment plant maintenance summary, the overview, the raw water quality was affected by the rain event, and we all remember that, on February the 25th and on March 28th. The heavy rain, higher temperatures, and melting snow caused a significant drop in raw water quality. On February the 3rd, 19th, and March the 24th, the plant operated on a generator power due to weather events. Maintenance, we started trial testing. Testing is still ongoing. And upcoming maintenance, we're still continuing trial testing on streaming current analyzer. And most of the rest of it has been read out, Mr. Mayor, over the last X number of reports that we had.
Perfect. Thank you. Any questions on any of these? I noticed one interesting thing there, that leak detection under the maintenance and repairs. Locator repaired 3 water main leaks in the curling area, reduced system demand by approximately 1 million liters a day. Mr. Flynn, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
That's a significant amount. Like, we're using in the neighborhood of 20 million a day quite often, so that is a fantastic.
It's a good catch,
repair.
good find.
Excellent, excellent. Any other questions? Good, okay, and on the other side of Public Works, Deputy Mayor, Public Works itself.
So this is the same period, February 24th to April 16th. Glad to see that the first one, snow clearing, we want to have it, hopefully, our fingers are crossed that we won't have that again. They were plowing 5 days during this period, so in that full, just about a month, well, more over a month, we only had 5 days of snow clearing. The ice rink, March the 5th, was the last day for the rink. Weather conditions made it, the outside rink. Weather conditions made it impossible to maintain. Pothole repairs. Crews have been running the asphalt reclaimer and have patched numerous potholes throughout the city over a 3-week period. The public are asked to continue to report potholes when they see them, so staff can address them as soon as possible. The water and sewer cuts, crews have been dispatched to top up water and sewer cuts as required. Warmer temperatures have made the cuts kick out more frequently and harder to maintain. Signage is in place and drivers are reminded to use these cautions when approaching existing cuts. Lawn damages, the public are reminded to report their lawn damages due to snow clearing operations so staff can finalize the list and repairs can be scheduled for early summer. And you can call 637-1666 to report that. Our spring cleanup, staff have begun early spring cleanup. Street sweepers and skidders with pickup brooms have been out since the first week of April. Green spaces and sidewalks in the downtown area have begun and crews will spread out in the coming weeks. Traffic line painting is an interesting one. Tenders have closed. Once awarded, staff will coordinate the schedule with the contractor to complete line painting. The rain event, February 24th to the 25th, significant rainfall over the 2-day period. Numerous areas experienced localized flooding. March the 28th to 29th, plus 120 millimeters of rain fell over a 2-day period. Extensive damage on the upper and lower Walburns Road. A ditch overflowed and forced the closure of Riverside Drive. Numerous areas throughout the city experienced flooding. Repairs were completed over the Easter weekend. Riverside Drive. The city experienced significant damage on Riverside Drive in the form of a landslide that occurred approximately around midnight on April 1st. The road is closed, with geotechnical consultants are investigating. Service requests for February the 24th to April the 16th. We had 419 calls received to the service requests. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Any questions on any of these items? Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, just one question with regard to, I know Deputy Mayor just referenced the potholes around the city and some of the asphalt cuts. Do we have a schedule? I've noticed, as I've been driving around the city with this early spring, that we've had numerous asphalt cuts. It seems more this year than we've had in previous years. And that's only from my judgment of driving around the city. And do we have a schedule in place by which we're going to attack those repaving of those asphalt cuts? And is it through our city crews with the reclaimer, I know it was just referenced, or do we have a committed, dedicated contractor to go around the city in quick order and get those cuts back in place, as opposed to having to wait until right on through the tourist season and up into the fall? Because I did notice a lot of cuts, and there are some streets with 2 and 3 cuts on the same street. Absolutely. And makes for difficult driving, etc. So I don't know if we have an answer to that.
I think we have some good news on this. Actually, tonight we have, Mr. Charters isn't here tonight, so we got Andrew O'Brien, our manager of engineering, sitting in. So we're going to pepper him with questions tonight, make him feel very uncomfortable and make sure he answers everything. But I think he actually has some good news. I think there's an RFP. I've seen a tender out already for the cuts and the smaller patch jobs. Is that right, Mr. O'Brien?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, yeah, that's correct. That is currently out, so hopefully that'll be closed soon, get that awarding, get that work started.
Yeah. And our crews, I know, have been able to get out and do a lot of patching. So this mild weather, the good thing is that we don't have snow clearing. The bad thing is the mild weather usually wreaks havoc on the roads. But our crews have been out with the reclaimer, so I have noticed a lot of patching going on, so which is great news. Yes?
And on that, Mr. Mayor, it seems that the patches are actually holding up because it's been fairly dry. So I guess when they're doing the patching, it's sticking. So kudos to the crews who are doing that. There's a lot of patching going on, so until we get the actual paving done, we'll have to hold up until then.
Absolutely. That's, I think, a lot of it. Hey, it really, we are unfortunately at the mercy of the weather, and when you do see, look around at other municipalities, it's that time of year. Yes, Deputy Mayor.
Okay, under land damages, are we still offering for people or residents to fix their own lands and then up to a certain amount of money?
Mr. Flynn, you got an update on that one?
Yes, that is the program that we have initiated. I think we did that last year, and we will continue that this year as well.
Okay.
I know
You wouldn't know offhand how much?
we've adjusted that amount a couple times because I know
wasn't
there was a
enough.
little bit meager the first time we did it.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot of people are very eager, especially with the weather we've had. There's a lot of people who take a lot of great pride in their properties who like to get things fixed up. So if we can help them do it and get it done sooner, great.
Okay.
Okay, anything else in this? Good. Councillor Granter, Protective Services.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We had 134 calls for municipal enforcement in the last little while, 20 calls for services for bylaw enforcements, 13 taxi calls, 15 calls for animal control, 86 parking-related violations in the last little while. And we had 40 calls to the Corner Brook Fire Department, and we have 230 homes that had new smoke alarms installed by members of the Corner Brook Fire Department to date in the city of Corner Brook, and that's a project that was announced a few months ago. And 3,006 calls to Public Safety Answering Point, PSAP, and the volume of non-transferred 911 calls was 2,225, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. Any questions on that? Yes, Councilor.
I did have some under parking enforcement, Mr. Mayor, as I was going
Yep.
through this earlier today. And just for reminding residents, I saw there were 3 parking tickets, I guess, issued for impaired mobility permits required. So that's people parking in the handicap zones, as we call them, accessible parking spaces.
That's correct, Mr. Mayor.
And they're fairly expensive, I think, aren't they, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah,
They
they're
are.
over $400 now, aren't they?
400
Okay.
plus.
Plus. And I noticed there was 1 ticket issued for an unattended vehicle, so I assume a vehicle was left running?
That would be correct, yes.
Yeah, okay. And the other one, to remind people, you can't park on sidewalks. So there was a ticket issued for somebody parking on a sidewalk as well. So just a reminder to people. But there's a couple other interesting ones there. Mr. Mayor, if I may, 5 vehicles were ticketed for being parked within 10 meters of a traffic control signal, i.e. a stop sign normally at the end of a road, parking too close to the intersection, for instance. So there's a couple other ones like parking too close to a fire hydrant and things like that. These are just normal things that, you know, average drivers should be aware of. So when you see people, this many tickets being issued for these kinds of things, you gotta wonder, like, people not paying attention because, you know, you can't be in that much of a rush that you'd risk $400 to park in an accessible parking space. Like, that just makes no sense. And you have to leave the white section open as well so that people can access their vehicles if they have mobility issues.
That's right. So even if you don't care about your money, care about other people,
Right?
right?
Interesting.
No, they are very interesting. And leaving a car going, who has the cash for that these days? So,
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
also, it's bad for everyone's health, and today is Earth Day.
Earth Day, yes.
So it's a good time to remind people about not letting their cars idle.
Good point. Good
And,
point.
and Mr. Mayor, I'm assuming that somebody left the car running with the keys in the ignition, not somebody with a remote start. Kind of cold winter morning.
Yeah.
Right, so.
Well, it's a good indication of how safe our community is, but maybe not responsible.
Indeed.
Okay, any other questions there? Okay, thank you. Councilor Pender, Capital Projects and Engineering.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a report which was presented or developed April 22nd regarding the capital project update. Have I got the right one here? 7-1, sorry, Mr. Mayor. I think it was
No,
the
no
next one.
problem.
No, that's the one. Okay, with the Cornbrook Rec Center, first of all, is nearing completion, and the work is hopefully finished this spring. What else? Mount Bernard Avenue reconstruction, everybody is probably aware that I'm going to say the last phase of that is now underway, and the top of Mount Bernard Road in the Randolph Street area, I believe it is now barred, so you have to go around. Contractors, of course, marine contractors, I believe this is the 3rd year that they've been working on this project, which started down by the Valley Mall, the old City Hall, and hopefully this year we'll get it all done. So the contractor's on site and started up there on April 16th. Other projects for 2024, Deep Gulch Brook Culvert Replacement. That is the section of people who are going through the intersection at O'Connell and University. You'll see some barricades there. The road is torn up a bit, so there's a culvert that runs down under the street, down along there, and then cuts across and empties out. It's a fairly large one if you walk the Cornbrook Stream Trail, if you look down by this Richard Squires building. So bids are under review. The tender for that closed on March 5th. Curling Street retaining wall replacement. The project was awarded to West Coast Excavating and Equipment Company Limited, and a spring startup is anticipated. And I'm going to say that's the section that runs from the memorial towards, I'm going to say east,
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
and that's the old timbers that were put in there. Yeah, okay. So glad to see that work being worked on. Transportation study, the project was awarded to Harborside Transportation Consultants, is underway. Some draft policies have been submitted for review. MyoVision camera has been deployed to several intersections to obtain traffic counts and movements, and the final report is expected in August of 2024. The Transit Accessibility Study and Implementation Plan, the RFP closed on February 15th. 3 proposals were received. Project was awarded to Dillon Consulting, and startup meeting occurred on April 9th. There are some intersection improvements happening this summer as well on Elizabeth Street O'Connell Drive intersection. Design is underway, and we hope to have the tender out in the spring. The Curling Street Storm Sewer consulting was awarded to Englobe. The design is underway, and again, a spring tender is anticipated. Old Humber Road retaining wall consulting, again, awarded to Englobe. Startup meeting and site visit was completed, and construction is planned for 2024. 2024 paving program, which was referenced a moment ago, worth about $2.4 million. The list has been generated and street evaluations have started. And the Star Trail Design and Construction Services, design and construction of Man in the Mountain and Cape Blow Me Down hiking trails. Funding has been received from several sources, including 10% of the total cost being funded by the city. RFP was released and closed December 29th. No interested bidders, strangely. The RFP for design and assessment services closed April 12th, and proposals are now under review. And finally, Mr. Mayor, the City Hall atrium lighting, the design is underway. And that's it for that report.
Perfect, thank you very much. Any questions on any of those items? Yes, Deputy Mayor.
City Hall atrium lighting.
Yep.
Someone mind expanding on that, what that is?
That's the colored lighting that we budgeted for this time to be able to light the City Hall atrium up in some colored fashion to mark a special occasion or a proclamation or a special event.
Okay. Do we have that, is that gone out for tenders, or is it awarded, or?
No, I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. O'Brien, but that, I think we've engaged a consultant there, and we haven't gone to tender or anything on that at this point.
Yes, through you, Mr. Mayor. We have received some initial designs, just reviewing those.
Okay, thank you.
So, Mr. Mayor, today we could have had green in the lobby. in the
Sure.
atrium For
Yeah.
Greeners Birthday.
Birthday, yeah, something like that.
Orange shirt day could be orange. and so
It's a common thing now in many municipalities, of course. It's a very economical and friendly way to show our support for different things, for sure. Any other questions on these? Okay, and next, Councilor Pender, we have the update. Yes, there's a requested update on the budget for the new rec center.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is following a request from the last meeting where we had some, I guess, extra costs associated with the rec center. So there's a request to provide an update regarding the budget of the Corner Brook Recreational Center. And so the total project funding is $24,700,000. To date, we have spent $25,884,240.38. So we're essentially just almost 5% over budget at 4.794. So that equates to about $1,184,240 over budget. So that was the request from last meeting, and I guess as I read out the earlier report, Mr. Mayor, the building's almost done. So fingers crossed, there's no more. I believe there might be a couple smaller change orders, but hopefully nothing significant.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly is left. There were some things not settled yet, I don't think, but we're getting pretty close to completion now. And considering, I guess, the inflationary time we've been in this construction, I think we've been remarkably lucky.
Well, there were a few surprises in the old structure as well that we weren't aware of and had to
That's
take care of
correct.
as well, Mr. Mayor. But 5% is, not too bad, I would say.
Any questions on that? Anyone? Okay. And we have an update on the Riverside Drive landslide.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. This one comes up, as everybody probably knows, just about every day now. People are wondering what's happening with it. So good to have a report for the public on this one. So the landslide on Riverside Drive that occurred on April 2nd prompted the city to engage geotechnical services from Stantec. Stantec conducted a site inspection on April 16th to assess the extent of the damage and gather preliminary data. To further evaluate the situation, a LiDAR scan is scheduled to be completed within the next 2 weeks. This scan will provide crucial information regarding the amount of material displaced by the landslide, identify remaining material, and allow for a comparison with historical surveys conducted near the area. With this data in hand, Stantec anticipates being able to propose recommendations and cleanup methods by early May. Once this report is finalized, cleanup efforts can commence promptly thereafter. And that's it for that report. Mr.
Thank you. Questions on that one?
Mr. Mayor, once they determine what we have to do to fix that site, would there be funding available from the provincial government? Would this all come from the coffers of City Hall?
Mr. O'Brien, you can probably answer that.
Yep, through you, Mr. Mayor. Currently, we are looking into options of whether the current disasters that happen around the province will trigger any kind of provincial funding. So once we have more information on that, that'll help a lot of those questions. Currently, our priority would be to get it assessed, of course, and get the road back open.
Yeah, and so this is again, it is, I know, a very frustrating process for a lot of our residents, businesses in the area. And I know everyone, of course, who comes to our city via the Palom Bridge or from the eastern entrance, it is a problem as well. So again, appreciate your patience. We have to do this correctly, though, of course. It is a very unsafe situation if it's not done correctly. So again, appreciate your patience. We are going as fast as we can to get the decision on this from, and get a sign off and a plan from our engineering team and other engineers that we're bringing in to consult on this. But when we do, we'll get it cleaned up pretty quick, guys, I suspect. Yeah.
Yeah, just a follow-up to that particular area. With regard to street access during the upcoming season with regard to ATVs, that route is pretty much a main thoroughfare for ATVs into and out of the city. With regard to the landslide that we had there and the time that it may take to get it back to accessibility for vehicles as well as all-terrain vehicles, is there any consideration given to other access points with regard to all-terrain vehicles for this particular season? And to that question as well, second part of that question would be, have we given any consideration, because I know when we open up certain access points around the city, that over the last 2 or 3 years we were going to go back and look for other access points because some residents wanted access, as an example, from Elizabeth Street to be able to access and exit. So have we given any consideration to that for this particular year? So two-part question.
Yeah, so I guess the first thing is just to remind everyone that we did change the dates for the access. So we moved them up to May 1st this year instead of May 15th. But Mr. Flynn, yeah, I don't know if you've even had a chance. We've been so concentrating on dealing with the, I guess, thousands of tons of dirt and rock. I don't know if you've thought about it. Have you thought about this?
We have preliminarily looked at this, but we're not prepared to make any suggestions yet. We're still trying to figure out options because we don't know if the top of the hill is safe. So we're trying to determine that, and once we know what areas are safe that we can use, we can look at alternative routes and whatnot there.
As you know, the trail now goes up behind, I guess, from the Standa yard.
Yes.
Up through a trail to the end of Confederation Drive, Confederation Drive Extension, I'll call it.
Exactly.
The old
So
highway, yeah.
we hope to avail of that, but we're still not sure if that area is even safe right now. So until we know that information in the next couple of weeks, we'll make suggestions after that or recommendations after that. On the second part of the question, we are always looking for new routes. Elizabeth Street in particular, we've been pointing people up to the top of Pinkston Drive and in around the new hospital as a trail that can access up there and get them into Logger School Road even through the trail system there. So that's been successful last year, and I'm seeing more applicants come in for that. So.
Good. Yes, Councilor Penn.
Mr. Mayor, just following up on something Director Flynn just mentioned. The trail that goes up behind Stand Down brings you up to the old TCH or east end of Confederation Drive, which has a barricade across there by Humber Motors Ford. That is barricaded now, isn't it?
It's
supposed to be. I should.
It's supposed to be barricaded, but it's not. The gates are wide open.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I noticed the other day. I don't know if there was a sign on it, there was a barricade there, but people are using that trail. So again, just to highlight what Director Flynn said, that area as well, we're not sure of the stability of that area. So people that are using that area on their quads and side-by-sides, whatever they're doing there, should be aware that all that area is considered unsafe, and that's why the barricade is there.
That's right.
Right, and, you know, I don't know how much you can tell people not to take the chance, but people should remember that the night this slide happened, 2 people, or so, I believe it was 2 people were knocked in the river, and 2 more were almost knocked in the river. So it can happen very quickly now. Hopefully it's dried out a little bit and it's not as bad, but people should be aware because we don't know the conditions yet until it's surveyed and we get something back from our engineers. So just a reminder to people that it's not just Riverside Drive, it's that section of the trail from Standa up to the old TCH Confederation Drive East, if you want to call it that.
It's a very well-used area, not
It is.
particularly for ATVs even, but for people walking dogs and things like that. I think, in fact, our supervisor of Public Works, when we were doing some of the inspection before the landslide around when we had the water course down about a half a kilometer away down, when he was doing his own inspection there, he came across someone who lost their dog, and he found a dog and the owner subsequently. So there are people in that area all the time walking dogs and hiking and things like that. But yeah, the barricades, please respect the barricades for sure. It isn't a matter of, a nice to, it's a must really.
So, Mr. Mayor, just for clarification, is the section of, the paved section of Confederation Drive beyond the barricade? That metal
Yeah.
barricade that's there? Is that barricade closed? Is that piece barred off, or is it further down?
We had a barricade down further on that road at one
And
point.
there was one at the head of the trail, like right down by the cell tower, down that area?
I think there was one, I guess, Mr. O'Brien, you were
Yeah,
down there.
through you, Mr. Mayor. That's correct, that there was a barricade there. I do believe, Mr. Flynn, the gates at the beginning of Confederation are a Bell Line gate, correct?
They are Bell. There's a two-gate system there, if I'm not mistaken. One can be open for ATVs. The other one's supposed to remain closed, but the lock isn't even on that one right now, so.
So, just a reminder to the public, Mr. Mayor, that, be careful. We get a heavy downpour, anything can happen. So people
Absolutely.
should be wary.
And look for as well, as we bit of information on where we are with the landslide and that right now. As we get more information, we'll be making more public, so people in the general public, again, some of the business owners in the area and things like that can become aware of where we are on this issue, because it isn't a simple thing, and I know people are eager to get going again down Riverside Drive, so.
And I did have, just a follow-up too, Mr. Mayor, because we are supposed to be doing some work on the Trans-Canada Trail along that
Yeah.
area as well, but that'll be later in the year, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't be affected. Right now, we can't ride our bikes there or walk along there, but hopefully later on, once all this is taken care of, it'll be all looked after.
Yeah, absolutely. Better days, for sure. Okay, thank you very much. Councilor Gill, we have an update from Finance and Admin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So these financial reports are for 3 months up to March 2024. These 3 months of the winter season didn't see severe snowfall, and so maintenance costs for snow clearing have been within budget. Yay. Total accounts receivable are higher than comparative periods. The city collector has been in touch with taxpayers with balances outstanding and is dealing with them on their plans to settle their accounts. Council remuneration. Staff are proceeding with a council remuneration review as per the City of Corner Brook Council remuneration and reimbursement regulations. To paraphrase Section 15 of the regulations, they say that in the third year of each council's term, council shall conduct a comparative benchmarking exercise to review the current council remuneration against other Newfoundland and Labrador municipalities of similar size and circumstances. The benchmarking review will be conducted by an external and independent third party. Therefore, staff have procured a consultant to provide a report for council to review. And of course, any changes to the council remuneration following this review would not be in effect until the first month of office for the next elected council. And finally, grants. The Grants Committee has been awarding grants throughout the year. So far this year, the committee has awarded the following. Grants to Corner Brook Rotary Music Festival, MS Canada, and the Corner Brook Kinsmen for Prince Edward Park. Not-for-profit organizations in the Corner Brook area are in Corner Brook or in the Corner Brook area. In Corner Brook, right? Not-for-profit organizations in Corner Brook are encouraged to apply for a grant for projects or events in the city. Please visit our website to find out more information. And grants, of course, are awarded based on the eligibility outlined in the grant policy and are granted until the budgeted funding is used up. And that is all for finance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions on some of that? There? We don't have Mr. Maestri here with us this evening, so Councillor Gill, I hope you can answer all of our questions. No? That's very good. Thank you very much for that. Councillor Granter, moving right along, we have development planning and community services update.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I won't go into all of the details with regard to each specific business or development that's taking place, only to say that for the various businesses and developments that are taking place, there are various stages of permits being issued or various stages of current development. 183 O'Connell Drive, Tim Hortons, various stage. 29 Lonergan Drive, office warehouse, new building. 40 North Shore Highway, permits have been issued for the Mount Patricia Cemetery extension. 4 St. Mark's Avenue, Philiptree's Funeral Home extension, permit has been issued for that. Repair to a garage extension on 339 O'Connell Drive. Warehouse foundation has been started at 12A Tipping Place. 71 Umber Road, partially vacant building, the major renovation is proposed for that, and all permits have been issued. Murphy Brothers, new industrial building, permits have been issued for that. McDonald's, permits have been issued for renovation and extension to the McDonald's on Confederation Drive. Anytime Fitness Gym at 44 Maple Valley Road, the permits have been issued for that and work is underway. Gas station fast food, interior fit-up, permit issued for 8 Grenville Drive. 106 West Street, the Western Star building, you're driving down there all the time, you see the development taking place on that for the last number of months. An extension on 9 Lonergan Drive, permit for the foundation has been issued for that extension. Staff are putting together an RFP for consulting services for the industrial park study. Downtown Business Improvement Association, a new business improvement association have been developed in GIS to include properties left out of the original BIA mapping. New economic development program is being developed exclusively for Indigenous youth persons, 35 years of age and younger in the city. Consultations are ongoing, and it's expected that this program will be finalized in the next couple of months. Very interesting one here. I heard in other communities in the province over the last number of months, and was interested if we would see this in Corner Brook. The Food Cycler program is an electric compliance that offers in-home countertop composting of food waste. Finalizing the Food Cycler project with the company to begin the 100 household compost program in the following weeks. 2 billion tree project on April the 11th, 2024. There was a 23-question survey that was made available to the residents of Corner Brook. The survey will serve to determine what residents of Corner Brook perceive as co-benefits to living in a green city and assess what economic, environmental, and social benefits exist from living in a green city. And very important, the spring cleanup. 2024 spring collection flyer has been finalized and is currently in the middle of distribution via Saltwire and on social media. The first week of collection is from Monday, May the 6th until Friday, May the 10th on your regular garbage day for bulk waste and metals. The second week of collection is from Monday, May the 13th until Friday, May the 17th for household garbage. And finally, Compost Collection Day, organizing a spring collection event where residents are able to come to a leaf drop-off location at Third Pond Access off the Lone Parkway and gather leaf litter as a garden startup for their personal gardening for spring, summer 2024. And the date of that is to be determined and will be announced through social media outlets. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Perfect, thank you very much. Any questions on those items?
Yeah, just a comment, Mr.
Yep.
Mayor, with regard to spring cleanup. I've noticed on most of the social media outlets and the city webpage that the details about what materials people can put out, and keep in mind that you have to have the material out on the day, your regular day of collection. So just encourage all residents to make sure that the material that they want picked up during spring cleanup, that they got it to the curb for the day of their regular cycle.
Absolutely, and there's some directions there about separating your metal waste from your other waste as well. It makes it a little easier, because I know that the contractor will pick them up separately and make sure that they're organized correctly when they go to the waste disposal. Yes.
And just to add to that, Mr. Mayor, because we'll get this call once the collection starts, sometimes there's so much out there that the contractor can't get it all on the day of.
Yep.
And they will come back the next day, and then people will call and say, how come they didn't pick up my garbage? So just be patient, sometimes it takes them more than the one day to get it all.
That's correct, yeah. The timing of it is, but if the next week passes and something got missed,
Then call.
give us a call. But if you miss the date, you miss the date. So make sure you get your bulk waste out that first week.
On the day.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Will they take my Christmas tree this time?
I don't know, will they take the Christmas tree? Do we know?
Through you, Mr. Ray, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
I can look into that, honestly.
How are sure are real?
Real.
Oh,
I'm gonna say they won't.
no. No, I think
I'm just
last year.
joking.
Yeah, last year.
I still have it,
I was
though.
gonna say, keep trying. Keep trying.
Keep it for next year.
Okay, now we're back into recreation. Counselor Keeping, give us an update on where we are in our recreation department.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Work is progressing on the new recreation center with many of the spaces taking shape and meeting completion. The Recreation Service Department has begun posting for positions that will be necessary in the operation of the new recreation center, as well as the future enhancement and development of recreation as a whole in Corner Brook. The Civic Center continues to be a hub of activity featuring sporting events, craft fairs, fitness classes, active tots, pickleball, and much more. One of the recent highlights was the Civic Center hosting the 2024 Under-18 AAA Female Athletics, featuring the top Under-18 female hockey players from Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. Many of the visiting teams expressed their pleasure with the second-to-none job that Corner Brook and the Civic Center did in hosting this event. The Rec Newfoundland Conference will be on April 26, 27, 2024. Aaron Corner Brook will be hosting the annual conference. This conference welcomes recreation professionals and organizations from across the province for 2 days of networking, resourcing, and development. The annual Rec Newfoundland Conference provides a great opportunity to showcase all that Corner Brook has to offer in the world of recreation, and also serves to equip Corner Brook's Recreation Services Department with tools necessary to further enhance recreation locally.
Good, thank you very much. Any questions? It's certainly been busy up at the Civic Center, and will continue to be for a while, so that's great news. Anything else there? Okay, so moving right along, Councillor Keeping, we got our tourism update.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The following is an update from the Tourism Department, as staff are busy preparing for the 2024 tourist season. The STAR project, the RFP for branding for STAR is closed and 7 submissions were received, and proposals are currently being reviewed by the subcommittee. The committee will meet to finalize the preferred proposal and bring forward the recommendation for approval. As well, updated funding applications for STAR programs and trails have been submitted. The cruise seasons. Staff are preparing for a busy cruise season, planning music for cruise ship days with calls over 1,000 people, and planning for the Colors of Corner Brook event in September. This cruise season will see 37 cruise ships that will bring approximately 50,000 passengers to the city. The city train, staff are waiting on new parts for the train, which includes new weather screens. Job posting for a street train driver closed on April the 19th. Once parts are received and installed, the train will be inspected and prepped for 2024 season. Staff are working on gathering the necessary information to proceed with the purchasing of the new train. And for Jigs and Wheels, staff are busy working on Jigs and Wheels schedule to run from July 26th to August the 4th, with a variety of different events such as the Party in the Park, car show, and lots more. The schedule is being finalized and should be ready for print soon. Staff are partnering with Ticket Tide to sell tickets and manage admission for the opening night event, Blame It on Broadway, with acts such as Jason Rogers, Midnight Crescent, Dave McHugh, Randy Matthews, and the Mixtapes Band. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions on these? Yes, Deputy Mayor?
Just gonna ask a question on the train now.
Yeah,
So we're gonna get new parts for the old train and then look at purchasing another, because I thought we had it, that we were looking at getting a new train for this season.
yeah, both.
Both, okay.
I think the issue is, and again, if someone has better information than I'm aware of, I think that the procurement is going ahead. They're still trying to source qualified suppliers for the new train.
Okay.
But in the meantime, there are aspects of the old train that had to be fixed and repaired. Normal course of things, especially the weather screens. They've been disabled for a bit now. So, of course, we're not relying on having that train. We're trying to have that train as soon as possible. But we
The
know
new
we
one, you
gotta
mean?
have, the new
Yeah,
one.
okay.
We gotta have that old one up and running, so. Or I'm telling them it was your fault.
What is the timeline then? What, like, is there any way we could sort of nail down on when we could expect a new train?
I don't know if you guys have any answers on that. I think finding a reliable supplier and getting information back has been a bit difficult. So we're following a few different leads. And of course, we gotta get some qualified bidders, so procurement rules around it as well. But it's not as simple as you would think to buy a cute toy train.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like buying a new truck, I would say.
Yeah, straight. And you can get one of those these days.
So I guess the good news, along with the bad news, is there's gonna be no new one possibly for this year, but we're gonna be hopefully offering the old one.
Oh, we will definitely be
Definitely
offering
offer
the
the
old
old
one.
one.
It's just
Okay.
whether or not we can get how long it's gonna take to get the new one.
Okay. Well, as long as we get the train.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
What will happen to the old one?
Oh, we'll still use it.
So we'll have
Oh, we're
two.
not gonna, we're not gonna let him
That's- okay,
retire.
that's what I
The Will
want.
Whistler doesn't
That's what I
retire
want.
quite yet.
Yeah,
It's gotta,
we can have two going.
absolutely,
Yeah.
or
Good.
use them in different ways too, for different, I think that the intent was to use some more for certain types of events as well. And, it depends on the new train's capabilities and how robust it is and how well it works in the hilly areas downtown and things like that, so.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a matter of, I guess, figuring out, just like Thompson Tank Engine, They had different skills. Some were stronger and some were faster. Well, we'll see with these.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
just out of curiosity, do we have to come up with a second name for the new train?
We'll definitely have to come up with a second name.
Will
Yeah.
Whistler too.
What will you be more creative than that?
Don't laugh.
I would say
Yeah.
a contest for kids.
I was gonna say, you gotta be careful of those contests, but Bodie McBoatface could rear its head again, right? Trainee McTrainface or something, yeah, we'll see. But that could be a bit of fun, though.
Leave it at that, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. So we actually have some council decisions, some things that we have to do that are time sensitive. So the first item, Councillor Gill, we have a standing offer for security services.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Quotations were recently invited by the City of Corner Brook for the supply of security services for the period of May 1, 2024 to April 30th, 2027 on a standing offer basis. The city requested hourly rates for the supply of uniformed guards for security services, the supply of security personnel for ticket taking, ushering, and services for special events. The tender closed on March 28th, 2024, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yes?
I think that's safe to assume.
Not 2020, at 12 noon with 2 bids received. The bids are presented in the table below. Okay, well, our listeners can't see the table, but, so in the table, we have Alpha One, Safety and Security, and they are bidding $21.48 for both uniformed security guards per hour, as well as security personnel for ticket taking, et cetera. And Garda World, which are bidding $25.48 for both categories as well. Is it my understanding, before I read the resolution, that this is not an awarding of the bids, it's only approving the bids?
It's a standing offer, so the way it works is the lowest on the list gets first dibs on the work.
Gets first dibs,
And then if
okay.
they can't
Thank you.
fulfill, we move on to the next lowest.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Be it resolved that the City of Corner Brook Council approve the bids for the standing offer for security services for the period of May 1, 2024 to April 30, 2027, as presented. I so move.
Thank you. A seconder on that?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Questions on this one? Good. Okay, let's vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Okay, and Councillor Granter, we have the next phase of a development regulation municipal plan amendment.
Mr. Mayor, before you proceed,
Yes.
I'm in a conflict of interest on this one, I believe.
Okay.
So I will vacate my chair.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Without objection, of course. I don't think anyone will object.
Well, I've already declared it previously, so.
Okay, good. Yes, you have to go sit in the gallery. And so, Councillor Granter, if you would walk us through this one?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. The purpose of this map amendment is to rezone city-owned land on the north side of Corporal Pinkston Memorial Drive from Mosaic Residential, MR, to Innovation District, ID. This council request is for adoption of amendment number 24-01. This is the second of 3 readings of this amendment by council. There have been 2 RFPs for development of this land done by the city of Corner Brook in the past. All proposals received at zoning issues. Therefore, this is an administrative housekeeping amendment brought forward by administration for the purpose of future land disposition. Pre-zoning the subject property will allow for increased development options and streamline the development approval process once the land disposition process and transfer are finalized. Map amendments are required to support this proposed development. The City Connection Infrastructure Goals 24.3 of the IMSP apply, as well as General Growth Planning Policies 3.3.3. Innovation District Policies 5.8.3 and Objectives 5.8.2. This proposal meets the requirements of the 2012 IMSP and Development Regulation, DR. Section 14 public consultation was completed and no written responses were received. Section 15 release was given by the province on April the 1st. Proposed resolution, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Corner Brook adopt proposed map amendment number 24-01 to the City of Corner Brook's Integrated Municipal Sustainability Plan 2012. 2. Adopt proposed map and text amendment number 2401 to the City of Corner Brook's 2012 Development Regulations. 3. Set Thursday, May the 23rd, 2024, 7 p.m. in the Hutchings Room at City Hall for the tentative public hearing. And 4. Authorize staff to give statutory notice of adoption of the proposed amendments. 5. Authorize staff to cancel the public hearing in the event that no objections are received or no member of the public expresses intent to attend the public hearing 48 hours prior to the tentative public hearing. And finally, adopt Mark Mills to preside over the scheduled public hearing. So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Seconder on that one? Seconded. Okay, any questions on this?
Yeah, just one comment, Mr. Mayor, for those people at home, since they probably don't have a visual of where this is. So this will be if you're driving up Corporal Pinkston Drive and you take the crest of the hill and you're looking up towards the hospital as you're still on Corporal Pinkston Drive and you continue up, it's right in the bend of the road to the left-hand side before you get up to where the lights separate Corporal Pinkston and Wheelers Road. So it's on that bend in the turn to the left-hand side there for those in the public.
That's correct, yeah. And essentially, this is, again, like I said, it's the third portion. So we've already agreed to, I guess, expressed our desire to change this from the zoning that's currently in a mosaic zone to consolidate the Innovation District zoning that's already there. So again, as we go through these processes, there are various checkpoints. So here we are now, as we just heard Councillor Granter read the motion on. So any other questions from council on this?
Not a question, Mr. Mayor, but just May the 23rd is an important date to highlight, I guess, for anybody who wants to come and you know, have their voices heard.
Yep, absolutely. And that'll be published as well.
Yes.
And other social media as well as on in the newspapers.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, let's vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Okay. You can come back, Councillor Pender. Okay. And now that you're back, I'm going to get you to go through the next one. We have a Crown Land application on O'Connell Drive.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, yes, Mr. Mayor. So the City of Corner Brook has received an application from the owner of municipal number 566 O'Connell Drive to obtain 2 parcels of Crown land adjacent to each side of the existing property. These parcels of land serve as rights-of-way previously to land in behind municipal number 566 O'Connell Drive, as well as to the subject property. This application was considered by internal staff, and there are no concerns subject to the applicant consolidating these 2 parcels of Crown land with their own parcel of land and submitting a new legal survey to the City of Corner Brook. It is recommended that any and all existing easements, agreements, rights-of-way be honored, should this application be approved. So it's resolved to approve the application to obtain Crown land located adjacent to municipal number 566 O'Connell Drive on both sides, subject to the applicant consolidating the 2 parcels of Crown land with their own parcel of land and submitting a new legal survey to the City of Corner Brook. I so move.
Thank you. Seconder on this?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Questions on this one? I don't think it's pretty straightforward, I think, as a request. Everyone can see the map there as well. 2 little strips either side. Okay. If there are no questions, I'll take it to a vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Good. And Councillor Keeping, this is the pavement markings we talked about earlier. We have a tender for that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The engineering issued a tender for the installation of pavement markings for a period of 3 years. The tender closed on April 9, 2024, and all compliant bids are listed below, HST included. The bidder, True Lines Pavement Markings, price was $150,468.30, HST included. And number 2 was Provincial Pavement Markings, $198,124.30, HST included. Be it resolved that Corner Brook City Council award a 3-year contract for the installation of pavement markings to True Lines Pavement Markings for the annual amount of $150,468.30, HST included. I so move.
Thank you very much. Seconder on that?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Questions on this one?
Not a question, Mr. Mayor, just to note the difference in pricing, fairly significant, just between the 2 bids.
Yep, for sure.
And this is an annual amount as well, right?
Yeah, and we've had, so this is for a 3-year, annual amount for 3 years locked in. But yeah, it is a significant difference, for sure.
The difference over 3 years would make up another 4-year.
Yeah, that's right.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
So it's an annual contract for 3 years. Who determines the need to, on the annual basis, to do the markings? I'll give you an example.
Yep.
I noticed in the past, we've had markings on the roads around that haven't survived the season because of the quality of the paint or whatever it might be. And we've had situations in the last number of years where the quality of the paint has been very, very good. So if they come in, if a contractor comes in season 1 and does all of the necessary road markings, intersections, et cetera, and for the second season, they're paying the same amount, or we're paying the same amount. Who determines, or is it a set number of intersections and roadways that's on our annual list that must be done in each of those 3 years?
Yeah, and my understanding is, Mr. O'Brien, you might be able to correct me, but I think there is a set of lines that have to be done each year, right?
Yes, through you, Mr. Mayor, correct, that contract has a set number of lines. If there is areas during the, to the next year, issues we can alter to include. Furthermore, just talking about paint quality, this contract is very, specifies the type of paint, heat, pressure, so it's, the contract this time was built to ensure the quality was put down and consistency throughout the contract.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mayor?
Yes,
Is this the same contractor we used in the previous years?
the low bidder isn't, right?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, yeah, the previous years we have used both, but yeah, previous years it was the other individual. Yep.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I know there was a certain technology that was used so that they could, I can't remember, I'm not inclined that way, but there was a certain technology or piece of equipment they used that would make it easier to paint the lines and quicker, and is that standard equipment now? Like, would all these companies have that kind of equipment, or is the lower bidder
Yeah.
not gonna have
And
that?
I don't know, Mr. Bryan, if they require certain equipment, or is it just, I guess the various operators would use equipment to be more efficient and be more cost-effective in their own way?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, no, you are correct. So as I just discussed, there's specific equipment needed to put in the paint, exactly like you talked about. Helps with drying times, so you don't have cars driving over the line, spray marks. Helps with ensuring that specific additives are added at the right time, the right temperatures, the right pressures, again, to ensure quality and longevity.
Cool.
Thank
There you
you.
go. Thank you. Okay, any other questions on this one? Okay, let's vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Contraminded? Carried. Lines, everyone loves lines. And last but not least, Deputy Mayor, we have, again, related to some slope issues, Georgetown Road slope assessment.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On April 2nd, 2024, a resident reported a landslide on the Great Trail in the area of Georgetown Road. Upon investigation, a portion of the Georgetown Road embankment had failed onto the Great Trail, blocking the drainage ditch and covering some of the trail itself. All Rock Consulting has submitted a proposal to assess the embankment, drill a borehole, and understand the ground composition and provide remediation recommendations to reinstate the embankment. Proposed resolution, be it resolved that the City of Corner Brook approve All Rock proposal for the assessment of Georgetown Road embankment failure in the amount of $20,000, $642.50. HST is included in that. I so move.
Thank you. Seconder on that?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Questions on this one? Yes, Deputy Mayor.
In relation, I guess, to the end of Georgetown Road that's not paved, the end where we paved so far up, but we didn't pave the rest of it. Where is this in relation to that, Mr. Mayor?
This is on the other end of Georgetown Road.
So it's on the other end?
Yeah, and it's not on Georgetown Road, it's below Georgetown Road, between Georgetown Road and the Trailway, or the,
Okay.
I guess, the Great Trail, the new Great Trail.
Okay, so it's not up there at
No,
all,
it's-
not near Martin's Lane or any of
No,
those?
no, it's
Okay.
down at the other end.
Okay, because I was
by
looking for a map
Peaches.
and I couldn't find the map.
Oh,
Maybe there was one there.
it is
but-
near Petrie's though, is that correct, Mr. O'Brien?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, yes, that's correct.
Yeah, it's right down by where the trail crosses over the four-way intersection, and then it goes on the old trail bed there. Well, just down, further along that, between there and Hilliard's Road, say, there's a section there below the grade of Georgetown Road, where there was a significant failure, right? I mean, I forget how many feet it was, but we're talking like 40 feet or more of embankment fail, wasn't it?
Yeah, through you, Mr. Mayor, it's about 40 meters.
40 meters,
Yeah.
not feet, yeah. Yeah, it was,
Okay, because I was hoping it was up close to the place where it
Oh.
wasn't paved. I was hoping we could tap in and get a bit of pavement going on that.
Now, unfortunately, hopefully, we don't have to get into payment of this one. This is hopefully something that we can
Okay.
remediate without
With
disturbing
okay.
the road.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Good, thank you. Any other questions?
Mr.
Yes.
Mayor, is this proposal, did we solicit this somehow publicly, or is this refresh my memory, did we approve bids on this? No.
No,
We
no, this
haven't.
is what we're doing now. So with consultants, quite often, we can go
We
sole
don't
source
need-
to directly to a consultant,
We
depending on
can- okay.
expertise or whatever. So in this case here, this geotechnical work, there's only a few companies that can do this kind of thing, so. And again, tell me if I'm lying, I don't think I am. Mr. O'Brien?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, no, that's correct.
Good.
Okay,
Not
just
lying.
checking,
Not
thanks.
lying this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
No,
it is
thanks.
a weird one. Any questions?
No,
Oh,
nothing here.
good. Okay, let's vote on it. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Counterminded? Carried. Well, thank you very much. We are going to adjourn the regular portion of the meeting now. We do have a very short in-camera session for council. So I'll ask everyone, I'm going to have to clear the gallery, and I'll ask everyone if they want to take a couple minutes break, and we'll reconvene here in about 3 minutes. That's all right? Meeting adjourned.